The Yankees have not been a good team defensively in 2025. This much seems pretty obvious, as so far they're 20th in the major leagues in outs above average at -6. But still, that's a far cry from some of the teams below them, including the Angels, who are the worst by far at -29. But arguably even Anaheim can't approach the single-game buffoonery that took place yesterday between New York and the Blue Jays, when the guys in gray put up what was probably the sloppiest single-game performance by any team so far this season in this regard, and one of the sloppiest you'll ever see on an MLB field. Now, I could go through a full game breakdown, but honestly, there's so many defensive missteps in this game, it would probably take 15 minutes to do so. So instead, let's just hop into the first miscue, which we actually wouldn't even see until the 5th inning, when with 1 out and 2 guys on, Max Fried induced a ground ball to the left of the mound, where the pitcher cut over before fielding it and firing a one-hopper to the catcher, who would see it go off his mitt as he attempted to tag Davis Schneider, allowing George Springer to come around and score. At least it was a tough play though, and I'm sure in Fried's mind, a necessary one. You couldn't say the same about the next play, however, which actually came against the very next batter, when Jazz Chisholm made a nice leaping catch on a line drive from Bo Bichette, then, for some reason, threw off balance to first base, even though Guerrero wasn't even very far off the bag, seeing the dying duck take first baseman Ben Rice into the path of the base runner, allowing the less than fleet-footed Blue Jay to get to second. At this point, you could already see the tension building in Aaron Boone's demeanor, but we were far from done. In the next frame, with the score now tied at 4-4, Fried would deliver a fastball to Ernie Clement with 1 out, seeing it fly to shallow right field, a truly routine play. But, unfortunately for New York, Cody Bellinger would seem to lose it in the roof somewhere, allowing it to drop and Clement to get all the way to third base. Toronto would get him across, and then, with 2 outs and Miles Straw now on third, Will Wagner grounded a one-hopper to Rice, who saw it deflect off his mitt, another routine play that couldn't be made, bringing in yet another run. For those keeping track, that was 4 missed plays in the span of just 2 innings, and the next wouldn't be any better, with Jason Dominguez allowing this line drive single to bounce right past him, allowing Guerrero Jr. to again get an unnecessary extra base, putting a runner in scoring position. After a 2-run home run from Bichette, Dominguez would see another line drive get past him, this time on a high 1 hop over his head. Certainly a tougher play than the previous one, but still inarguably another misstep, as if he cuts over, knowing how the ball bounces in Rogers Center, he more than likely keeps the hitter Alejandro Kirk at a single, as the Toronto backstop is one of the slowest runners in all of baseball. Back-to-back-to-back frames with multiple sloppy defensive efforts. Truly insane. The cherry on top of this crap Sunday would come in the 8th, when, with 2 outs, Jorbeat Vivas couldn't field his one-hopper off his glove. A play that might look really tough at first glance, but when you consider that the exit velocity was just 78 miles an hour afterwards, it becomes a bit less so in retrospect. And that was it. New York would lose this one by a final of 8-4, going down 1-2-3 in the 9th to seal yet another series loss to a division opponent, with this one featuring a gargantuan 7 separate misplays. And to make matters worse, they all came in the final 4 innings of the game. Now, thank you so much for watching, and please remember that if you ever see anything you'd like to see detailed in the Made the Cut video, whether that be a specific play, player, or narrative surrounding a team or something, feel free to reach out to my email, basebpoet@gmail.com. And if I do end up using your idea, I'll of course give you a shout out. Thank you so much once again, and I'll see you in the next one.